Welcome. I'm Nadja Callender, Deputy Chief of Family and Community Partnerships at Houston ISD. Thank you for joining us today to discuss the deployment of a weapons detection system, a new safety measure that will soon be implemented at all of our high school campuses. I'm joined by HISD Police Chief Shamar Garner, who's been instrumental in getting this next layer of security at our schools up and running. The safety of our students and staff is our top priority, and we know that keeping our schools safe is an ongoing process that requires constant evaluation. After careful consideration and input from our parents and principals, our district leaders and HISD PD leaders have determined that weapons detection systems are an essential tool for ensuring the security of our campuses. This new system will screen everyone, students, staff, and visitors who enters our high school campuses. Our goal is to make sure that dangerous items, such as weapons and other kind of contraband, don't make it onto campus. Starting in January and February, we will begin implementing the open gate weapons detection systems at one high school campus each week. We'll prioritize campuses where firearms have been previously found, with the aim of having all high school campuses equipped with the system by May of 2025. So, Chief Garner, I'm going to start with some questions for you. Can you talk a little bit about why HISD is implementing weapon detection systems at our high school and why not at all of our schools?
Well, as you stated earlier, safety is our #1 priority. Based upon internal data, as well as national research and trends, we deemed it that high schools should be the first ones to have the weapon detection systems. Understanding that the current policies and procedures we have as it pertains to safety, which is a layered approach, is sufficient to make sure that our younger populations, particularly our middle schools and high schools, are safe while we implement first at high schools. And based upon the size of HISD, funding is an issue. So it is our hope and goal to make sure that we have those systems at our elementary schools and our middle schools. In the meantime, we have officers at high schools, we have officers assigned to middle schools, we have our armed guards at our elementary schools. So again, we are confident in our ability to keep our younger population safe as we roll out the weapon detection systems at our high schools.
Great, yeah, thank you. So a little bit about how it works, and I've gotten a chance to review some stuff. So once implemented, there will be a few changes to how the students, the staff, and the visitors will enter the building. So students will need to enter through designated entry points, and that might differ from their current practices, what they're doing right now. Everyone will be screened through the detection system and will need to remove laptops or other items from their bags for a clear scan. If the system detects a potentially prohibited item, the individual will go through a secondary screening, which could involve more thorough review of their personal belongings. We want to make sure that this process doesn't disrupt our learning environment, so we'll practice the new entry procedures before the system is fully activated. This way, everyone will be familiar with the new routine and there will be minimal delays or disruptions. So, talk a little bit about how the system works and what role do teachers play, if any?
Well, the systems are towered systems, walk-through systems that don't require anyone to remove a backpack or a handbag or a purse. However, we've learned that laptops and Chromebooks do need to be removed, but that's easy. Just take it out, pass it to an administrator, walk through the system, and then get your laptop or your Chromebook back. As I stated, administrators are staffing these towers and not teachers. That is not an expectation of teachers. But as you stated, all students, visitors, and staff will need to go through the screening process.
Wonderful. So can you tell us a little bit about what happens if the weapons detection system, like if their alarm triggers for a suspicious item?
Right. If there's a trigger, then there's a secondary screening conducted by that administrative person, which could include a wanding or the person going back through the system, whatever detected, whether it was the handbag or the purse or whatever, that being brought back through the system. A law enforcement will not get involved unless a weapon is discovered or truly deemed to be in existence. Best practice is that campuses implement walking through and handing off the laptop before their systems are deployed. Make sure that they reduce the number of entrances that will be allowed for students. The more practice that occurs before the implementation, the smoother things will go. Prior to each rollout, that campus community will have a meeting with the principal. I or someone from my staff will be there as well to answer questions. And again, we believe the more education and information that's given out prior to deployment will allow the actual rollout day to go much smoother.
All right. So are there other items that might trigger an alarm other than a firearm?
Because there are weapon detection systems, yes. Now, what we discovered actually this morning at Lamar, and I want to say things went very well at Lamar, but we did notice that like curling irons or flat irons coupled with other things that have metal may cause an alarm. So again, the more we do this, the more education will occur, and then students can be taught how to pack their bags, maybe only bring what is essential in terms of learning. I'm a female, I get it, you know, the curling iron and the flat irons may be needed if you're practicing and all of that. But again, information that's shared, learn how to pack it, don't have them together, because again, the more metal together may cause an alert. But other than that, everything went very smoothly, and other than what we know, the laptops and the Chromebooks, there shouldn't be any other alerts.
Wonderful.
Nuisance alerts.
Right, yes. So you talked about administrators being involved and teachers not being involved. Who else is involved with the operating and monitoring of the system?
It is the administrators of the campus.
Okay.
Again, staff, particularly teachers, are not involved, not expected to be involved. And again, law enforcement will not get involved unless a weapon is either discovered or truly deemed to be there.
Okay. So we will begin this process. We've already begun this process with 3 of our campuses, but we will notify families 1 to 2 weeks before the weapons detection system is implemented at their campus. And we encourage you as families to attend an upcoming information session hosted by your student's principal. These sessions will provide further details and an opportunity for you to ask any questions that you may have. I want to thank you, Chief Garner, for everything that you've done and for joining us today. Keep an eye out as more schools continue to come online. Have a great day. Thank you.